Okay, kitchen nightmares, what do we got?
First up, we have a movie myth about a kitchen appliance disaster.
Go on.
All right, so the movie is Grosse Point Blank. And in this famous scene, a bad guy inside of a convenience store throws a bomb inside of a microwave. Now, the bomb looks like some C4 with an electrical device attached to it. He sticks it into the microwave, turns it up to 60 seconds.
Yeah, I know this myth. And the hero just manages to get out of the store in time for the microwave to go ding, and then kaboom.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster. But can a microwave really be used to set off an elaborately wired C4 bomb? And can it be set to detonate in exactly 60 seconds?
Okay, so it sounds like all we need are some microwaves, some plastic explosives, and a date at the bomb range.
Well, I think we need to do 3 tests. First test, C4 in the microwave alone. Second test, C4 with Hollywood wires.
Hollywood wires?
You know, coils, springs, nothing genuine, just like in the movies.
Yeah, and then the third and final test will be C4 with a proper fuse.
Ah, I love cooking with C4. My favorite ingredient.
C4 cuisine is best enjoyed and is safest down home on the bomb range.
Look how clean that is. Shame we're gonna blow it up.
So to properly test this myth, we didn't just choose any microwave off the shelf. We did our homework. Now, based on the one that's in the movie Grosse Point Blank, we know a few things. First, it's in a convenience store. Second, its physical size. And third, its power level, which is 1,000 watts. Now, we purposely avoided using modern inverter technology and went old school, which is what this baby is.
In other words, besides the color,
All right, we're hot.
it's identical to the one in the film.
All right, now that you explained all of the technical specifications, let's see if it actually works. Breakfast!
You hear that? That's what yummy sounds like.
Yummy it may be, but when cooking C4, simply pressing the start button won't be an option.
Wow! Now it's time to get serious. All right, well, we need to set these microwaves off remotely so that no one gets hurt. What do you have?
We got a bomb robot.
I love those 2 words. Bomb robot.
Robot tragic and BattleBot champion Grant is about to get a glimpse of geek heaven.
Whoa. I think it's love at first sight.
Oh my God!
I, for one, welcome our new robotic overlords.
While Grant struggles with the drool control, Tory and Kari do a little matchmaking.
Come on,
She'll like you.
talk to her.
Hi. Nice actuator you have there.
But enough of the robot romance, please. She may be a looker,
This is much better than pushing the button and running.
Absolutely.
but is she any good in the kitchen? We'll take that as a yes.
Okay, so we've got our bomb robot, we got our microwave. All we need to do is chuck some C4 in there and start our experiment.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Stop touching it.
And luckily, as well as the remarkable robot, the bomb squad also brought along today's other key explosive ingredient, C4.
This is C4 in its bulk form. It has an explosive called RDX contained inside of a plastic compound that keeps it stable. For example, you could drop it, you could shoot it with a gun, you could light it on fire, but none of these things alone is enough to detonate it. You need the combination of intense heat and incredible shock to get it to go off. It's going to be very interesting to see what it will take to get this to go off inside of a microwave.
That it will. So, what's the plan?
For this kitchen nightmare myth, we have 3 tests to our experiment. Number 1, the control test. Now this is just a hunk of C4 in the microwave for 60 seconds. Test 2, the hunk of C4, but with a Hollywood wire system. We're emulating exactly what we saw in the clip. Number 3, which is a hunk of C4, Hollywood wires, and a blasting cap.
So maybe we can get that microwave to look a little like this car here.
Now, microwaving C4 could make it unstable, so they've got a backup bang plan.
Now for these tests, in case the C4 inside the microwave doesn't go off, we need to be able to render the situation safe. We have a container of water that we have C4 in that we can set off from the bunker. Now since the water is uncompressible, it'll shred this microwave completely.
So, with the microwave, the safety system, and the robot on standby, everything is set for test 1. C4 only for 60 seconds on full power.
Oh, that's so great. All right, it started.
Bingo! The robot starts the timer, and she's off to safety.
Retreat, robot!
But the robot retreat may not have been needed, since after a full minute, there's a chronic lack of cooking action.
So C4 on its own for 60 seconds is not going to detonate in the microwave.
Yeah.
So I guess to make this safe, we better back up, blow it up.
All right. You ready? Fire in the hole in 3, 2, 1. Whoa!
Now it's all safe.
Yep, test one's a dud. The only blast came courtesy of the failsafe. So will the movie prop wiring system cook the C4's goose? Or is it just a half-baked Hollywood idea? Microwaves are a kitchen boon.
This frozen roast beef would require hours to defrost at room temperature.
But can they also be a kitchen boom? According to Hollywood, they can. C4 with 1 minute of full power is apparently a recipe for disaster. But when the guys tried it, they got zip, and Kari knows why.
Microwaves cook food by emitting radio waves at about 2.5 gigahertz. Now, these radio waves have two interesting properties. One, they are absorbed by water, fat, and sugar, which converts into atomic motion, which heats up the food. Two, they are not absorbed by plastic, glass, or ceramics, or at least most of those. Now, C4 is called a plastic explosive. So C4 didn't actually even heat in the microwave, which means we didn't get either one of the criteria that you need for detonation for C4, which is heat and shockwave.
So next up is Hollywood wires, the exact prop configuration used in the movie.
Got all the little parts here. Managed to identify them.
The design is unlike any known fuse system. Just a block of C4 with a whole set of switches, wires, and even a 9-volt battery.
Here is that coil.
But can this unusual wiring system really create a convenience store catastrophe?
The 9-volt battery does have the potential to generate a lot of heat.
Yeah, and if we stick it in the microwave, it could easily explode.
So with their exact replica bomb in a new oven, and Grant's eye candy flashing her tracks,
What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. I hope it works.
they'll soon find out if it cooks up a storm, or is it just movie make-believe?
Test 2, Hollywood wires.
All right, so we have the microwave set for 60 seconds.
All right, time to deploy the robot.
He loves saying that.
Now the microwaves in an oven like this cycle more than 2 billion times a second.
Okay.
All right, get that robot out of there.
Run, robot, run, come on!
Food easily absorbs these waves, but they create havoc with metal, causing it to arc, spark, and generally go haywire.
Whoa, the microwave's on fire.
Oh, geez.
Oh my gosh.
You could say now they're really cooking.
That is cool. And all that C4 is just burning now.
As the timer counts down, the flames go up. But amazingly, there's still no explosion.
That's really cool. That's definitely not what happened in the movie, though.
No.
Talk about your kitchen nightmare.
There's plenty of fire in the hole, but no explosion. At least not until the failsafe is triggered.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah. It still works.
Yep, the backup boom works a treat. But the fuse system, as used in the movie, didn't set off the C4 in the oven. But there's still one last option to test.
The C4 actually caught on fire, but that's good for the myth. Because if we have some kind of blasting cap with the fuse in there, if the C4 catches on fire, it's gonna light that fuse and potentially set off the C4.
The only trouble is that neither the MythBusters nor JD can spot a blasting cap in the movie scene. But hey, let's give the film the benefit of the doubt.
This part of the experiment has me really excited because we have the C4 burning and we have a blasting cap which could be set off by the fire, which could set off the C4, which could give us boom, and maybe make this myth plausible.
Now, in a C4 explosion, gases travel at an incredible 18,000 miles per hour. Nothing can outrun that, human or robot. So for test 3, Grant's making sure his new best friend is super safe.
This robot's owned by the bomb squad. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And on a personal note, I would be devastated if any harm came to it. So this time, we're gonna try something a little different. I've got a solution. Remote control. And with it, a remote-controlled finger. here's how we'll set it up. There'll be a block of wood that acts as our safety. When we're ready to go, the robot will pull the block of wood away, and that will leave the finger free to push the button.
Now, with enough C4 in the oven to demolish a truck, Grant's finger may never be seen again.
All right, so we are all set to go. We got the C4 bomb in place with the Hollywood wires, but not only that, we have 2 different kinds of blasting caps just so that we're covered.
Okay, predictions?
I think we're gonna see that microwave set off the C4.
Yeah, I think one way or another, it's gonna detonate.
All right, we ready to go?
Count it in.
It's crunch time. They've packed everything into the oven that could possibly make the movie myth true. So will exactly 60 seconds on high blow it sky high?
Oh, it's live!
All right, so as soon as that robot is safe,
Yeah,
I can start the microwave.
that's right, I give it the finger. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
We set off the C4 with the microwave. That was beautiful.
It was indeed beautiful, but it was also fast, exploding 30 times quicker than in the movie.
Usually when there's an explosion, I'm the loudest screaming. I'm the one that's flailing about, freaking out. But I didn't even make a sound when this went off because it went off in less than 3 seconds.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have had time to get out of the convenience store.
Definitely would have had time to just put it in and dilly-dally. I mean, it was like spark, detonation, blah!
From the charred evidence, it's clear that with the right fuse, you can set off C4 in a microwave.
You'd think we hated cooking or something.
But if you think you've got 60 seconds to clear the room, you'd be toast.
All right, so how are we calling this one?
You know what, the idea of setting off C4 in a microwave is possible.
If you have a blasting cap.
If you have a blasting cap. However, as far as timing goes, this movie myth looks busted.
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 How cool was that?
Dude, say something to her.
Do these pinchers go both ways? Is that too much too soon?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, you guys, we can't do a show about kitchen nightmares without doing this next myth because it's got MythBusters written all over it.
Tell me more, senor.
Okay, it's 1840. There's a naval battle between Uruguay and Brazil. Captain Ko has run out of cannonballs, and he comes upon the idea of using cheese.
Obviously.
So, the captain orders all of his cannons to be loaded up with the cheese and fires them at the enemy's sails.
Well, apparently it was effective, otherwise we wouldn't be talking about it today.
Exactly.
This is gonna be weird, firing cheese out of a cannon.
Running out of cannonballs was the nightmare scenario for battles at sea. Unless you had an inspirational skipper. And that's what this myth is all about. With all the regular ammo used up, Captain Ko allegedly locked and loaded with Dutch Edam. But could a round of this cheese really cut the mustard and shred the enemy's sails? Or is this a myth that stinks?
Well, we've already got a perfectly good cannon, the one you built for Prison Break. Now we needed some hard cheeses and a period-appropriate sail.
Well, since none of us have ever used cheese as ammunition, how about we talk to a cheese expert and find out exactly what we're dealing with here?
All right.
I mean, I've never used cheese as ammunition, you?
Yeah, once. I don't like to talk about it.
Okay, but one thing Tory can talk about is how he's sourcing their cheesy myth-testing equipment.
Now, at MythBusters, we have a long history of testing sea myths, and we always do our homework, so I'm pretty sure we have everything either designed or already built to test this myth. Now, the first thing we need, obviously, is a cannon, which I built for Prison Breakout. And we've spent enough time cutting up canvases in the Pirate Special to know a thing or two about sails. Whoa, that was crazy. In fact, we're going back to the same sailmaker to get a period-accurate sailmate.
Meanwhile, Kari and Grant are checking a cheese's chance of becoming cannon fodder with a state-of-the-art food texture analyzer.
So we need to see how projectile worthy these cheeses are.
how hard they are and how likely they are to shatter coming out of the cannon and how good they're going to be on impact.
What we'll do is we'll set up a penetration test where we'll deflect into the cheese and we'll measure how stiff it is, how hard it is, and how elastic it is.
First up, the cheese of the myth, Edam, took about 2.5 kilos of force to go in 1/2 inch.
Okay.
2.5 kilos of force ain't a whole lot, so it's just as well the team brought 2 other, much firmer, fromages.
Why don't we now test the smoked Gouda?
Food texture expert Mark thinks that Edam in the 1840s might have been more like the smoked Gouda of today. But there's yin and yang. Although it's almost twice as hard as Edam, it has a bad side effect for a cannonball. It crumbles.
That's interesting.
So maybe the Spanish garrocha has a better future.
It did not fracture. It retained its shape and it fought to recover some energy, so that elasticity will be a good thing.
So it's a good candidate.
It's a very good candidate.
So although Edam's authentic, the other harder cheeses may be more reliable 1840 replicas.
This location is perfect.
With provisioning complete, it's time to launch this myth on the high seas and test if there's a whiff of truth to the cannonball cheese conundrum.
Now, this myth is about a ship-to-ship battle. And lucky for us, San Francisco is surrounded on 3 sides by water. So we've come to Westar Marine Services Marina, where they're helping us transform this barge into a ship from 1840.
Starting with a genuine replica 19th century sail,
Oyster mainsail.
it's period perfect at a perfect target.
That looks so good.
Awesome.
With the sail set, all that's needed is an enemy captain to stand in the line of fire.
I think we need to take him to the chiropractor. What do you think?
A job Buster's more than up for.
Oh!
Just as soon as he regains consciousness.
Now, historically, ship-to-ship combat usually took place at close range, around 30 feet. So that's what I'm gonna mark out now. 1, 2, 3. 30 feet. This is where we're gonna set our cannon. Wow, that's close.
The question that's worrying us right now the most is inside the cannon is basically an explosion. You light the fuse, that ignites the black powder, that turns into this massive ball of hot expanding gases. Will the cheese break up into a million pieces or even melt as it exits the cannon?
Getting out intact will be a stiff ask for any cheese.
Edam is what they talked about in the myth. That's what we have here. This is a smoked Gouda, which is actually more like the aged Edam back in those days.
And if you throw in the garrocha, the cheese voted most likely to be a good cannonball, that's all 3 pre-tested cheeses ready for loading. There's only one problem.
Push!
Aren't cannonballs supposed to be round?
Come on, man. The enemy's attacking! But this is my favorite cheese!
Luckily, they have the same technology to cut the cheese that was used in the 19th century.
Stop eating the ammunition!
Come on, I'm pregnant.
With their ammo shaved and shaped,
Oh, yeah.
it's launch time.
I christen you the Conquistador.
It's good to me. Put a hole in this sail.
So, will cheese cut it as a cannonball, or will the sail just be a splatter with a platter? Tory, Kari, and Grant are testing the claim that a South American sea battle was won by cannons blazing away with cheese balls.
For this myth to be confirmed, we need to see that cheese exit the cannon completely intact, hit the target, and make a perfect hole in our period-accurate sail. Okay, ready to load?
Now, when the black powder ignites, the cheese could have up to 5,000 psi propelling it. What will happen to it then is anyone's guess.
There we go.
First cheese up is the Edam of the myth.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
All right, we're out of here.
Think this is gonna work?
I have no idea.
The loaded cheese should have a realistic exit velocity if it makes it out of the barrel.
In 3, 2, 1.
Bounced right off the sail!
Yeah, no damage.
Smudged? Yes. Hold? No. The Edam shot out like a rocket, but as the lightest cheese of the trio, it simply doesn't have enough mass to penetrate the sail. So, what's next?
Guess we'll just have to see how Gouda does.
The earlier tests rated Gouda as the hardest, but it crumbled under load.
Nice fit, right? Gross.
Yeah, great fit.
So how will it fare as cannon fodder?
Now we'll find out how much damage this cheese can do.
Here we go.
The sail's unsullied, and the cannon has blown chunks of charred cheese all over the deck.
Which means all that energy dispersed. What we need is that solid mass of cheese to fly out with all that energy in order to do some kind of damage to this ship.
I don't know, it's starting to look not so good for this myth.
It sure ain't. Their hardest cheese just shredded itself. But maybe hardness isn't everything. They have another cheese in their locker, Garacha. Harder and heavier than Edam, but more elastic than Gouda.
Lighting the fuse in 3, 2, 1.
This time they're locked and loaded with the most flexible cheese rammed up tight. Will it finally be curtains for the sail?
Did you see how far it landed? It punched a hole right through the sail.
Oh my God!
At last, they've nailed it. That Garacha had the right texture to take the full explosive force of the black powder, and it sliced through the canvas like a knife through cheese.
I cannot believe the size of that hole. That would cause me to retreat. So yes, the Edam failed. Yes, the Gouda failed. But finally, we found a cheese that was hard enough to stay intact and make it through the sail. It's lethal, people.
Lethal indeed, and a true blast from the past.
Well, I've got to say, that was some impressive cheese artillery.
You know what, though? I am good with calling cheese a viable weapon during the heat of battle. I'm calling this one confirmed.
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 And delicious.